Telecommunication service providers under the aegis of Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria have announced that the tariff review for telco services may happen if the rise in the price of diesel is sustained. Chairman of the association, Mr. Gbenga Adebayo, made this known in a statement where he explains that the sector has already been impacted by the current hike in diesel prices and scarcity of the products, making the operating environment for telcos tougher. Mr. Adebayo also assures that the operators will continue to ensure that there are no service disruptions in the nation, but urge government to urgently intervene to ease the high cost of running business in the country. At this precarious time, the price of diesel has tilted towards 850 naira per litre and is continuing to increase daily. Meanwhile, share prices at the Nigerian exchange came down as 4 days losses hit hard on equities values. Well, if Ifyongeko will bring us that report subsequently. Well, moving on. All right, we have that report now, Ifyongeko report from the market.
Securities trading at the stock market closed the week negative following declining prices in trade sectors. Weak prices came on the back of losses incurred by some mid-cap firms. Apart from the banks, which have been showing scorecards to the market in relation to 2021 financial year, other key sectors stayed with weak and unattractive transactions. Huge trade losses came to oil and gas marketer MRS, as it was down by nearly 10%. Ikeja Hotels, Wapik Insurance, Mutual Benefit Assurance, and Access Bank didn't fare better in their weekend deals. Manufacturing group of PZ made high level of gain calculated above 9%, while Royal Exchange Assurance, Niger Insurance, and ICO Insurance ended business with average price gains. The volume of shares traded hit nearly 600 million units, just as the trade value moved close to 4 billion naira. Ifyongeko, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, stock prices took a breather today after several days of sizable gains, while commodities were set on edge by the lack of progress in Russia and Ukraine peace negotiations. Oil rose sharply on the back of $100 overnight, and Brent crude futures were up another 2% to $108.73 in early trade. Commodity exporters' currency rose with it as S&P futures fell 0.6% in Asia. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside Japan is 0.6% in early trade, but we're headed for a 3% weekly gain. Japan's Nikkei rose 0.2%. Wall Street indexes rose overnight to close out their biggest 3 sessions percentage gain since November 2020. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones each rose 1.2% and the Nasdaq 1.3%. China's market today eased into the end of one of the wildest weeks in decades. Hong Kong Hang Seng followed its worst session in more than 6 years, with its biggest 2-day rally since 1998, after China's top financial policy maker promised policy easing and gentler approach to market-sensitive reforms in future. Investors now await actions to follow his words, and today the Hang Seng opened 1% lower, while the mainland blue chip CSI was down 0.5%. Oil prices international market extended their rally today at the end of a third volatile week of trade after slim progress in peace talks between Russia and Ukraine raised the specter of tighter sanctions and the prolonged disruptions to oil supply. Now, U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude hit 2.95% with price surge to trade at $106 per barrel. Brent sells at $109.10, registering an upward price margin of 2.26%. Bonnie Light's performance is still trading the red territory with a price decline of 1.49%, selling at $97.45 per barrel. For the OPEC basket, crude dealers offer $104.10 per barrel with an uptick of 1.17%.
Start sports news at 7 with the Nuga Games, where host the University of Lagos have started laying the athletics track as the Nigeria University Games Nuga begins. TVC Sports correspondent Solomon Ajizioku spoke with the track experts at the Unilag Sports Complex.
The last time the University of Lagos hosted the Nuga Games was in 1998. Back then, the track was ready a whole 9 months before the games. But the pitch was the last to be ready for the competition.
You know, at that time we didn't have a swimming pool, so it's an addition. We have a standard Swiss timing swimming pool. So there has been a lot of improvement from the 98 Nuga to date.
We're not always in a hurry to do things, though we would have loved to do it earlier. But you know, the way things are, we take things the way it comes.
The Unilag Nuga Games appears to have faced the challenge of funding as the largest contingent ever of student athletes converge on Lagos.
Availability of funds would be like a reference here, a reference point here. The previous time there was adequate fund budgeted for the event, but in this case there's no fund for this, you know, major. I mean, this special event.
24 years after, Unilag is back hosting the games, and this time the pitch has long been ready, but the track is yet to be laid for the athletics event, even on the first day of the games. With athletes gearing up for action on day one, the athletics track experts arrive to begin work. They are sure that the quality of the track to be laid in Unilag would have a durable lifespan of up to 15 years.
If all the material is here, we should be able to lay this within 5 days. Your finished coat may not be here on time, but your subcoat, your black coat, and everything will be done within 5 days. When we get the top coat on it and the red coat on it and it marked, you should have absolutely no problem in any way within 10 to 15 years.
The more than 10,000 athletes and officials from almost 100 universities can now begin the games while they await the laying of the track. Salomon Ajizogo, TVC News, Lagos.
The UEFA Champions League quarter-final draw has been concluded, and reigning European and World Club champions Chelsea will face 13th-time European champions and Spanish giants Real Madrid. English champions Manchester City will play Spanish side Atletico Madrid, while another English club, Liverpool, take on Portuguese team Benfica, and German Bundesliga side Bayern Munich will take on third Spanish side in the competition, Villarreal. In the semi-final, the winner of the Chelsea versus Real Madrid tie will face Atletico Madrid or Manchester City, while Benfica or Liverpool will play either Villarreal or Bayern Munich. The two quarterfinals take place on the 5th to the 6th of April and the 12th to the 13th of April. But while West Ham United have been drawn against Lyon in the Europa League quarterfinals, while Rangers will take on Braga and Barcelona face German outfit Frankfurt. The remaining last 8 clash will see an enticing matchup between the Bundesliga side RB Leipzig and Syria outfit Atalanta. West Ham United could meet Barcelona in the mouth-watering semi-final should a pair prevail in their respective quarterfinals, while a victory for Rangers will see them come up against either Leipzig of Germany or Italian side Atalanta Football Club.